So this is the time where a guy smashed his own aunt and dog in the exact same night. Not that it would be any better if he did it on two separate nights, but this was crazy. Let me tell you what happened. So there was this guy named Josh, and he was on the wrestling team with me and a whole bunch of other dudes. Now, the way the wrestling team works is you have to be psychotic to make the team. 150 guys show up for practice. And by the end of the 3-day tryouts, there's only 40 guys left. And I'm going to tell you why. Because imagine having a 3 to 4 to a 5-hour practice where it's non-stop running, non-stop carrying each other, weight room, going upstairs, going downstairs while carrying other guys, your weight on your back, doing this for hour after hour after hour, then hitting the wrestling room to show off your skills. And here's the thing about this wrestling room. They would turn off the ventilation and they would turn up the heat. So the thermometer, the thermostat, is 95 degrees Fahrenheit, or that'd be like 41, 42 degrees Celsius. Something like that. 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So everybody's dripping sweat. People were passing out. People were going to the nurse's office. People were going to the ER. Yes, this happened twice. I puked a few times. Let me tell you this much, guys. Again, 150 people. By the time it was all said and done, only about 41, 42 guys were left. And let me tell you one more thing. One of my boys named Lou, he actually left the wrestling team, went to the Marines, came back and said boot camp was 50 times easier than what we had to go through. This shit was hell. It was called Hell Week for a reason. So you have to be some sort of psychotic masochist to want to even do this in the first place. It was the only time in my life where I had like a 6 to 8 pack abs, okay? This is when I was shredded. Now, we all make the team. We're all having fun. Like, oh my God, we're all crazy guys because we put ourselves through hell every single day. So when you have a whole bunch of crazy guys who are willing to destroy themselves for greatness, what happens is a lot of these guys have more screws loose than the other. You got to understand that, right? So I'm kind of like the most normal guy on the team. That's a fucking problem, okay? We have people on the team who intentionally like slam lockers on their own hands, who grab knives. I've seen this, grab small knives and stab themselves and be like, I feel no pain. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this guy's issue? This guy's fucked up in the head. This other dude kept slamming. He put his hand in the locker and slammed it shut. And he spun it down. And he's like, I live here now. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with some of you guys are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when you got all these crazy guys, a lot of assault and harassment would happen in these rooms. Here's something that happened very often. It's called light switching. What the fuck is light switching, you may be asking? Light switching is when you're walking around with your flaccid penis out because it's after wrestling practice, so you hit the showers because you have to wash all the bacteria off your skin so you don't get staph infection or ringworm. You get the dial soap bar, you just rinse off, 30-second shower or maybe even a minute or two. So when these guys are walking around with their dicks out, your flaccid wiener's like this, right? It's dangling like an elephant's trunk. And then some dudes would perform what is known as light switching, when you flick it up and down like a light switch. You turn me on like a light switch. That shit was happening. And it was common. It was not uncommon. And it would happen. Other things that would happen is known as titty twisters or purple nurples, depending on what region you're from. So when you grab someone's nipples and you twist them. Another thing that would happen is known as oil check. And what's an oil check? You may be thinking about cars and mechanics. No, it's when you stick a finger up another person's ass to check their oil. Now, here's something else that would happen. It's called Gaddafi. If you don't know who Gaddafi is, Gaddafi's like some foreign leader that when he was like executed and taken out to public, they grabbed a broomstick and started shoving it up his butt. Okay, that's what they did to him. So some people in middle school, and this carried on to high school, would take pencils, so it's like the broomstick, and stick it up other dudes' butts and be like, Gaddafi! And they thought that was funny. This would happen in the wrestling room commonly. Like, it wasn't like every single second, but if there was a day where there were no occurrences like this, it would be like a shocker. Like, wow, we went a 3 to 4 hour practice without some fuck shit happening. Wow, that is surprising. Here's the thing. A lot of these guys who were doing stuff like this all did it in the sake of this is funny. And one of the biggest perpetrators was Joshi. He did it to a lot of people, which is one of the reasons why I always stated I don't want to shower with you guys, which is why I ended up getting what's known as MRSA. You can barely see the scar here. If you don't know what MRSA is, it's like penicillin-resistant staph infection. Staph infection that is resistant to antibiotics, so I had to get on this concoction. Got kicked off the team because of it, because, it's going to last 2 to 3 months. Wrestling season's 2 to 3 months. So I wasn't able to wrestle. That sucked. That's how my last year of wrestling went. They just kicked me off the team because they were like, yo, you got staff. We can't spread that to the other guys. And that was because, again, I jog home so I can take a shower because I don't want to shower with these guys. I don't want to. Like, if no fuck shit was happening, I'll be like, okay, dude, don't look at me, turn your back, and I would try to get it done as quick as possible. But it's like, I'm watching all this stuff go. I'm like, dude, I can't be doing this, dude. I had ringworm twice. I had it once on my neck, one on my arm, and then I had staph once. Because these guys are ass wipes. They do this weird shit in the locker room and I don't want to be there. And one more thing I do want to state, there was a guy named Gabriel. He was like short and pudgy. It was a different Gabriel than the one from my summer school story, which I probably told or I haven't told. Way different guy. He was like short, pudgy, and brown and long hair. I remember he was standing there naked talking to me. I'm like, yo, Gabriel, put a fucking towel on. He's like, why? And most of the people in this locker room are naked. You know what I mean? You gotta fucking stand there and talk to me like this. With your fucking dick out. Put a towel on. You got it in your hand, dog. What are you doing, Dougie? This shit's annoying. So anyway, Josh throws a party. Okay? Josh of all people decides to throw a party. Now, the whole entire point of this party was because his aunt was going to hook everybody up with alcohol. Woo! We're all teenagers, 15, 16, 17. And we're all going to get alcohol? She was going to hook up with vodka, Henny, rum, cocktail, anything you wanted, dude. 36, 37-year-old woman. She was going to hook us all up. Now, here's the thing about this party. It was at Josh's house. Josh was one of the 4 to 5 people that did all this weird shit on the team. So it's like, go to the party at your own advisory. Caution. A lot of people got invited. I unfortunately did not get invited to the Diddy party. Okay. I got sniped out. But that, okay, which in hindsight's pretty good, right? I was mad as shit when I didn't get invited. A lot of people get invited. A lot of the cheerleaders went too. And I didn't get it. I was like, damn, that's bullshit. Now looking after the fact, thank God, right? So essentially, here's what happened. A lot of cheerleaders went, football players, wrestlers were on the team. And the reason why I didn't get invited, obviously, because I really didn't like Joshy. I made that very well known. I've also threatened Joshy multiple times, where anytime he was going around doing stuff like that, I told him straight up, I was like, you ever try some shit like that with me, they're not going to find you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Joshy really liked me too much. But that's fine, okay? I don't need to have everybody be a fan of I. But here's what happened. So this party kicked off. The party went down. The following day of school, I'm walking through, and I'm like, yo, how was the party? He was like, yo, crazy shit happened. One of my best friends, he was telling me that he smashed his own aunt at the party. Josh mashed his own aunt at the party. Here's the thing. When you hear stuff like this, you're in high school, you know how rumors are in high school. People make up anything. You know how rumors are anywhere you go. Anybody can make up anything, specifically just to make a story to tell and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm at shock when I first hear it, but then I'm just like, you know, what's the validity behind this? He was there, you know. And then you hear someone else say it. Then you hear someone else say it. Then someone else, then someone else, then someone else. And these people were the people at the party who were sitting that they heard this go down. Then after hearing multiple people say this, there was like this smaller crowd of individuals who were swearing that he also like smashed his own dog. Now here's the thing. When people are telling me that he smashed his own dog, they weren't saying that he fully inserted and went all the way in. He was a pat, pat. They were saying that what he apparently did was he took his shit out and like prodded his dog and was like laughing. Wow, like he took it out. I guess teased his own. Don't fucking look at me like that, okay? You understand? I wasn't there for one. I clarified that for two. Bitch, that was this motherfucker. So don't look at me like that. I don't want to hear it. This is what I'm being told. So that same face you fucking got right now, like holy shit, was the same face I fucking had. I don't want to hear nothing. Anyway, just want to make sure we get that out. They're telling me that he was teasing the animal. And that he poked a little bit, but he never fully went in. So, this is what I heard from a couple of people. So I would say like in total, around 15 to 20 people told me he hit his own aunt. You know, he banged that out. 5 to 6, maybe even 7 people told me what he did with the dog. So we hit, you know, I wait till after wrestling practice. They hit wrestling practice. I wait till after. I'm pretty much walking around the school with my girlfriend the entire day. I'm chilling with the, you know how it is. It's me and Lady B. Me and her chilling the entire day. I'm off the wrestling team because I have MRSA or whatever. This is during that time. And essentially what happened was, let me tell you this much. I go inside the locker room because obviously I'm going to still hang out with the wrestling team. 95% of those guys are really close friends of mine. Josh not being one of them. I go up to Josh. I'm like, yo, what up, Josh? What's up, man? Yo, how was that party? He's like, yo, it was lit, blah, blah, blah. You could imagine what he's saying. He's going off. I'm like, yo, I heard you bagged a body last night, man. I heard you bagged that. Yo, who'd you smash out? I heard she was hot. And he was like, yo. He makes sure to tell me. He's like, he was like, yo, I was my own eyes. So, let me make something very clear. The reason why I approached him on some, dude, bro, that's so crazy. Because if I go in there and be like, yo, what the fuck, that, he's probably not going to tell me the truth. So I went in there on some dude, bro type of questioning. He comes right out with it, people. He tells me he bagged his own arm. Right. There's that. Now, you could imagine that's bad. That's pretty bad, guys, okay? But there is something much, much worse. 100 times worse, okay? 1,000 times, 10,000 times worse, okay? So I go to ask, I'm like, yo, what happened with the dog? I heard something went down with this dog that was at your party. And he was like, yo, I can barely remember. I was holding my dog and, yo, people were telling me I did some crazy shit, but I can't even remember. So, he already admitted that he had the dog in his hands, right? Like, he didn't outright admit that he did what he did, but he admitted that he had the dog in his hands. So, I mean, that's step one, really, right? It's pretty much an admission without admission. And he's telling me that other people said that he's just crazy. Which, you know, if 5 to 6 to 7 people are like, yo, I was there, I saw it, and they're all telling me the same story. And he's saying, yeah, I did have my dog in my hands, and I can't remember. And he was sloshed out, which I don't think being sloshed out's an excuse, unless, even if there were pills in the mix. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. But I can't tell you this much. He straight up admitted that he smashed his own arm. That I can 100% tell you. But he kind of like he half-heartedly admitted to prodding his own pet dog. Prodded it. It was like this half-hearted admission. And witnesses will tell you what went down. And I just remember sitting there. Well, I wasn't sitting. I was standing in the locker room with him. And just being like, wow. Wow, Josh. You know, I always fucking hated you. And I always thought you were a weirdo. But like now, it's like, yeah. Now here's something that would end up happening. I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks later, I guess he light switched the wrong person. And he ended up getting fucking jumped so bad that he got put into a hospital. So there's that. So you can go ahead and say that's the happy ending. That's from what I heard. He light switched somebody. Got whooped on really, really fucking bad. Because I do remember he was out of school for, I want to say, like a month. He was definitely out of school for like at least a month. Now the validity on why it happened, or the reason on why it happened, excuse me, I don't know. But what I heard, it was a light switch gone wrong. He light switched the wrong person, and bam, he got put into a hospital. So there's that. Like, everybody knew he was in a hospital. Why the reason was, I heard a couple people saying he was light switching the wrong dude. Flicked the wrong dinky. Got put down. So, there's that. That's your boy, Joshy. That's the end of the video. Yeah, that's what he did. Like, favorite, share, most way out of the comment, subscribe. I'm your boy, Coldraven. For Joshy. Oh, a lot of thumbs down. This is too many thumbs, guys. I don't have enough for thumbs. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Like, favorite, share, most way, comment, subscribe. I'm your boy, Coldraven. Peace.